walked a fair distance along a cycle track to get to this site. I realised afterwards there was a car park nearby if we'd come in on another road, the sort of things you learn. So it was feeling pretty windy. In fact, it was blowing 20 kilometres an hour, about 12.5 miles an hour. So Alan went up first with his P3 and straight away was sort of pushing him back. And we're a bit concerned because alongside of us is a wastewater plant, which has not only got razor wire on the perimeter, but it's got some electric fencing as well. They had a break-in just under a year ago, so they take security quite seriously because it's possible to release sewage straight into the sea, which is never a good look. But once the Phantom settled down, away it went, zipping out to sea. So Alan got some good footage and it was rock steady out there. And this is him bringing it back. Again, it seems to be drifting back. I don't know if there's a problem with the home point, but it seems to be drifting back away from us. So that didn't exactly fill me with confidence, particularly since I was using a Black Bugs 3 that I hadn't used for a while. It was near new, but I'd crashed it a couple of times, and looking at it closely I found hairline cracks in the frame. So overnight I had it glued up with Araldite, because that seemed to work really well with the red bugs. So I put it on the launch pad and I was a bit cautious taking off. Didn't try and push it too fast, just kept over the area with grasses above the beach, just flying out slowly just to get a feel for it. As it turned out, it was a mixture of things. The wind was sort of pushing the nose of the bugs down, particularly when I was coming up. That was going into the wind. Now I'm turned around and I've got the wind behind me, and it's tilting the bugs down more than I would like. So although I'm getting a good view on the TX03 FPV camera, the cinematic camera is tilted down further than I would like. So that's something I've just got to adjust for if it's a bit windy. In calm conditions, it's so much easier to set up and to be reasonably confident you're getting good footage. But again, I was really pleased with the power of the Bugs motors, no problem at all handling the wind. And to be fair, the wind, although it was around 20 kilometres an hour, it was steady. So particularly flying into it, no problem at all. This is an area of beach. It's a bit far away from the normal swimming area, and it's designated for dogs off leash. So you get a few people on the beach, but not too many. Particularly since it's only just the beginning of summer. We've just crossed over to daylight saving, and what happened there, I swung around, the wind caught it and it pushed it round further than I wanted to. So I suppose that's one of the limitations when you're running 2S. You don't have as much power as you'd like for some situations. And that's flying back over where we were. And that's the boat ramp and launching facility. And again, the wind's affecting the horizon, the way I can stabilise. Without a gimbal, I mean, generally I like these effects, but the less wind, the easier it is to position it level if you want to. I mean, I like a bit of movement in my video anyway. And this bit's not too bad because I'm high enough up, partly because I know there are people down there. The fact that the camera's tilted down too much, or the wind's pushing it, the nose down too much, isn't affecting it too much at the moment. And there's the car park where we could have parked if we'd only realised it was there. Maybe next time. So I'm getting a bit more confidence here and hovering it, consciously levelling pretty much on the horizon and just letting it drop down towards us. What makes this degree of control possible, apart from practice, is the jumper controller I've got, because I've used Expo extensively, and when I'm flying to film, I've got it damped down on the yaw elevator and pitch, so that it really damps down any twitch I might make on the controls, apart from if I get out to extremes. So I'm just starting to realise the other small problem I've got, not a big problem, is that I'm not going to be able to land with the normal degree of precision I like on a day like this. So I've just been zipping around, getting a feel and having a think about where I'm going to land. With any kind of wind, you want to come in facing into the wind. That gives you the best control to move forward in a straight line. And probably around about now, I'm realising I'm standing far too close to my landing pad for conditions like this, and in the wrong place. So it doesn't matter how long you fly, you still make dumb mistakes at times. This one doesn't have too much in the way of consequences. It just means eventually I realise that forget a neat controlled landing on that landing pad and just look for a nice flat area reasonably close by. So I guess it's a bit of a wind shear effect over that little knoll that we're standing on, but it came down reasonably smoothly. The camera came off, the cinematic camera, which is designed to do without any damage. And there was no damage done to the quad. So, successful resurrection of a black bug 3 that I hadn't been flying for a while.